Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of our psychoeducational video. I'm Gabriel Alexander Chen from UPEHA's Business Management International Class of 2021. And along with my friends today, Dev Prakash and Felicia Shu, we will be diving into the psychological and fascinating world of defense mechanisms. Now, as humans, we all have our own involuntary defense mechanisms, which we may do without our notice. Now, the purpose of today's video is to educate you, our viewers, on what defense mechanisms are and the different types of defense mechanisms and how to control ourselves to deal with unhealthy and potentially toxic or even damaging defense mechanisms. Now, I'll pass it on to my colleague Dev to take us deeper into our defense mechanisms.
So there are eight types of different defense mechanisms, and the first one would be denial, which allows people to use it when they're trying to avoid dealing with emotions or when they're in the middle of emotional crisis. It can be hard to think about anything else as they may feel very overwhelmed and exhausted. They may also feel like they have nowhere to go or no one to turn to. But denial is also a way of avoiding those intense emotions that is keeping yourself from falling apart. In the long run, it can be very unhealthy because even if an individual has a problem and they're using denial as a coping mechanism, it can worsen the problem.
Dude, I'm just telling you for your own good. But you are severely addicted to cigarettes, and I think you should stop because I'm concerned for your health.
No, you're getting it all wrong. I'm just doing it occasionally. I'm not addicted.
No, you don't. You need nicotine on a day-to-day basis.
Listen, I'm not addicted to anything. You're just interfering with my life, and I want you to stop involving yourself into my affairs. You understand?
I just genuinely care about you. I don't want you to see you going down this path.
Look, I'm not addicted, and nothing is wrong with me. You're just creating all these situations in your head.
So the second defense mechanism would be regression. Regression is used to cope with threatening or traumatic events, such as death or abuse of a parent or family member. Most often used among children, but adults use it too. A person suffering from regression might have situations in which they have flashbacks about the situations that happened earlier in their past life. It is different from repression and it's designed to protect us from harsh and negative experiences.
I just saw on Instagram that all my friends are together in Sushi Hero right now. They had the audacity to not invite me. I don't even want to meet any of them anymore. I thought they cared about me, or at least they would have sent me an invite. But no. Okay, I guess I don't need to care about them anymore. If they want to be childish, even I can be childish. I'm blocking all of them on Instagram. Done. Fantastic. Who needs friends anyways?
So the third defense mechanism would be projection. It is used to avoid dealing with uncomfortable feelings, and it is also associated with denial and suppression. It can manifest as acting as though the person has something to hide while keeping the other person in the dark. Projection might be used to protect oneself from possible cognitive dissonance, but it can be unhealthy because it can cause further misunderstandings in the relationship.
Oh my god, I'm so happy I got A+.
Listen, Felicia, no one cares about your grades. All right? You're such a loser. You're a nerd with no friends. Okay? Who cares if you get an A+? Right? I'm out of here. I don't have time to waste with you.
Why is he being so mean? Maybe he's just projecting his insecurities on me. Is he getting a bad score? Maybe I should just help him with it.
The fourth defense mechanism would be rationalization, that is used to justify actions that would otherwise be considered unacceptable or absurd. It allows individuals to deny or minimize the negative impacts of their actions on other or on themselves. It is often used as means of avoiding or escaping from difficult, painful situations or circumstances. It is also used as a means of protecting ego and preserving self esteem. Normalizing this defense mechanism can cause problems in an individual life, as we would blame other people for our actions even though we are responsible for them.
Why are you late all the time? We're supposed to meet at 7:30 and you come here at 8:30.
Bro, it's completely fine to be late. It's not like anyone will show up at 7:30. I'm just showing up when the fun starts.
But still, you shouldn't make a bad habit of being late.
It's not a habit. I do it by choice. So I'm not bored when I come early.
So the fifth would be repression, and it's used by people to defend themselves from harmful thoughts, emotion, or behaviors. Commonly used to refer to the collective efforts of governments and society to control and prohibit certain behaviors or thoughts. It is often justified with the idea of maintaining social order and protecting individuals from harm. Repression can be also unhealthy in the long run because it can cause more anxiety, depression, and stress issues, leading to mental health problems.
I can't believe you did that to me. That's unbelievably selfish and stupid of you. You can't even consider my feelings. I hate you so much.
I cannot believe she just got upset at me over nothing. My best friend just had a car accident and I had to rush over to the hospital to meet him. And I had to cancel my date. Like, that's what I needed to do. I can't believe she's so upset at me and calls me selfish. But whatever, I'll keep this to myself. I don't think I want to fight this right now.
Hey, are you even listening to me?
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry.
Reaction formation is the sixth defense mechanism in which individuals distort their feelings and memories to protect themselves from anxiety or distress. Reaction formation can also take in many different forms, such as denial, isolation, numbing, and intellectualization. It is often used by people who are uncomfortable with the emotional intensity of certain situations. In reaction formation, the individual tries to make sense of the overwhelming experience through creative thinking instead of dealing with it directly. This allows them to avoid facing their fears.
You can't do anything right. I asked you to do this 3 days ago and it is still not done. If you mess with me one more time, you are fired.
I don't think she's really upset with me for my work, right? I heard that her boyfriend had just dumped her, so I think that might be the case. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with the quality of my work. I think I work quite well. I think, yeah, must be one of those reasons, you know? That's fine.
So the seventh defense mechanism would be displacement, as this is a psychological defense mechanism that helps individuals cope up with difficult emotions such as anger, fear, and sadness. Displaced emotions occur when an individual feels that their emotional reaction to something is so overwhelming that they need to find a way to diminish its impact. And displacement occurs in two forms, which is physical displacement, for example, drinking alcohol, or mental displacement, for example, daydreaming. Relying on it for full confidence and using it on normal basis can create problems between relationships in your life.
Oh man, I missed the turn. That's so annoying. Now we have to go so far away for me to turn again. Why weren't you paying attention? Now we have to go through this again because of you. Why didn't you open your mouth and tell me the turn was coming up?
Look, we've passed here a million times, and you never missed a turn, so I thought you knew the way.
No, it's not all your fault, man. It's so frustrating.
The eighth defense mechanism is compensation that has evolved to prevent harm and promote positive outcomes. The most common form of compensation is overcompensation, which is when a person performs an action beyond the minimum level that is required to avoid a threat or obtain the desired outcome.
Oh my God, Felicia, you're so bad at driving. Why can't you drive it? You've been legal with a license for 2 years now, and you still can't drive?
I may not be able to drive, but I topped my class.
Look, that has nothing to do with the driving, so stop compensating.
The very last defense mechanism would be sublimation, which occurs when a person is unable to cope with a situation or emotion. The person redirects their energy and turns it into outward productive way, which is focusing on a sport or a hobby instead of their emotions.
Oh my gosh, Felicia, how did you manage to get the lowest grade in my class again? You're the pioneer of zeros. Nobody else has ever gotten as many zeros as you in my class. Study harder.
Sorry, sir. Next time I will try my best and I'll promise I will do better.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god, this is so frustrating. When's my next boxing class? Okay, I can't wait to take it out.
This part would be about giving tips on how to deal with unhealthy defense mechanism. Over the course of your life, you have probably come across people who have been constantly angry, sad, or anxious. You might even be one of those people at one point or another. Everyone has a defense mechanism that when they're under stress, and it's very difficult to break out of it. Sometimes people lash out, isolate themselves, or try to run away. When we are in a bad mood, it can get very hard to get out of the mindset that everything is terrible. When someone is experiencing these type of emotions, you might not know what to say or might not be able to help them or might not be able to broach the topic in front of them. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to accept it and let them process. But there are ways in which we can help ourselves to get out of this mindset so we can see the positive in situations and people. This can help us better at dealing with defense mechanism, and which is a way to improve our mood and improve our lives in the process.